Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with episode 2, season 1, Gremlins, Secrets of the Mogwai. Last we saw, don't get them wet. We got him wet. It looked like, from what I remember, Sam Wing, who is Old Man Wing as a little kid in 1920 Shanghai, knocked over a thing of water. I feel like it was even an artist type thing that you put brushes in, very similar to how Gizmo got wet in Gremlins 2. We get 4 little puffballs. I said at first Daffy, but then I thought about it, and the bucktooth one was Lenny. There was also a George-looking one that had very sharp nails, and the other two, I'd have to go back and look. I didn't recap myself because I just went, got a drink, changed my shirt, and jumped back in. We also have at the end this Mandarin-looking guy who is obviously mystical. His eyes were glowing. He hired this child. I think her name was Elle. And his name, I looked it up, is Riley. So Riley is voiced by the guy, I can't remember the actor's name, but it's the dude from The Americans, the main dude. We also have BD Wong is the father. Chun-Li from Street Fighter is the mother. James Hong is the grandfather. And I also looked it up. And the guy who is voicing Gizmo, because I'm like, it can't just be a random guy. Is it just some totally random guy they picked out of nowhere? It is the same guy who does the voice work for tons of Star Wars stuff. I believe he did Han Solo and other characters. And he also did Marty McFly in the Back to the Future video game. So this dude is all around 80s greatness of modern day. He's Star Wars, Back to the Future, and now Gremlins. I didn't even look past that. He could be in 100 other things too. But he looked familiar. I saw a picture of him. I immediately recognized the guy. Amazing cast of voice actors. At the end, we got him wet. The grandfather's like, we got to go on a journey. We got to go to the Valley of Jade and return him, because last time something like this happened, the world almost ended, or whatever the heck, wherever they are. What do we do with these other ones? If I were the grandfather, I'd immediately cage these other 4 Mogwais, and we should make a mad dash for Valley of Jade. So let's jump in. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see these in full unedited. It started with 2, so I wouldn't be surprised if 2 a week come out. It's 10 episodes. That would be 5 weeks. Always Sunny in Philadelphia also starts at about a week. Season 16. They did last season drop 2 episodes a week. One of the first times, if not the first time they ever did that, it always dropped weekly. There was only 8 episodes, so it ended up being done in a month. So either way, hundreds of other shows and movies. Check the link in the description. Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Legend of Korra, Avatar. In the description is the link for Patreon. Check it out. If not, Season 1, Episode 2, Gremlins, Secret of the Mogwais. Or Mogwai. Lenny, Daffy, I guess that's Mohawk, and that's George.
Rule number 2.
Either way, they are going with Gremlins 2, the new batch. Look here. Are they going to call?
Feed them after midnight. Hey,
see, that one's got really sharp claws. I feel like that looks more like George.
Then came the Mogwai. Now it's a ghost city, the Valley of Jade, so that's where we need to go.
Valley of Jade.
Oh, you can come too, huh? Our only concern should be the Mogwai falling into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
The wrong hands.
I'm actually quite pleased with how this has all turned out. And it literally has dun 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 dun. That in itself is worth its weight in gold.
You're in my employ. What you do
Here's Mandarin
reflects on me. He will protect you. I know this
Gizmo's
is a
like,
lot,
I'm
but
dead.
you are the most responsible and kind-hearted person I know. Look, I would love to take your money, but our shop is infested with fire ants.
What is Elle doing? Look at her. Man? She just trashed this entire place.
She's a genius with the cures.
Can I beat your child? Because she is wrecking my shop.
Not a medicine man. Knobby knees, sun-scorched skin, the terrible posture of a man who wasted his peak years. You were a treasure hunter. To even know the value of what you stole from me. My name is Riley Green, and I too am something of a treasure hunter. Give me the Mogwai, and I leave. While I never found a fortune, I never came home empty-handed.
I forget what they're called, but Mr. Miyagi. Karate Kid 2, there we go. We're going back. Look at that. Amazing. But we know Riley had glowing eyes.
Adorable. I learned that trick as a child.
Hey, look at this dude. What is that? Oh my god, that's from something. That's from a movie or something. What is happening to this? They are using magical powers. Oh, he pressure pointed the old man. Is he gonna kill the grandfather? Or take his soul? What are we doing?
Oh, pearl magic.
No,
Elle is
step
like,
now.
holy
This time, I
shit.
want you to witness
What is
happens when
happening?
cleverness-
Oh my god, he's gonna eat him. Oh my god, this got sinister as hell. What just occurred? And Elle is like, yo.
Sam, go!
I thought trash in the shop was bad. I mean, he's not dead. I'm assuming we could get him back. BD Wong, they're going to beat you to death.
Do I need to know who you are?
This went in another direction. It reminded me of like something out of like Harry Potter or something where they collide powers. They're too heavy. Oh my god, the mom just face planted. So we got a giant crate of evil Mogwais. Unleash the evil Mogwais. Let him eat them. Yeah. Oh, I thought she was gonna kick it open. Good move, Mom.
He would do anything to get these Mogwai. Sam, you
Sam,
must keep your promise.
you gotta carry a
and take
gizmo
them
and a
safely to
crate
the
full
Valley
of
Jade.
4 evil Mogwais.
I love you.
Oh, they got back to her real quick. Oh, maybe she'll feel bad, even though I'm kind of mad you trashed our store. Oh, it puts him to sleep. So it's like a melody, like almost like a Pied Piper kind of thing. Oh, don't get him wet! No, catch it, thank the Lord. I was gonna say, are we gonna have more?
I know you want to get back to them, and I know my grandpa and my mom.
It's a great Gizmo voice. They're about to break out. George, Lenny. All right, here they go. Look at the nails on that one. He just slashed the dude's tires. It's probably after midnight already. Why would so many people be out with their children eating this late at night? But if it's after midnight, they are trashing the place. Up, and they just showed. My only question is, why are you out with your children eating at a dumpling place? Because we'll all turn into gremlins. Most of the bars I go to stop serving food like 11:30. Maybe it's because of the gremlins.
Gizmo! Get back here!
Is the dumpling shop gonna be filled with disgusting eggs?
I get wanting to find your kids, siblings. There's a lot of dripping water and bright light in the city, not to mention stuff that's dangerous to every creature.
Your sibling children. They came out of him, but they're the same age as him.
My urchin's got a,
What is with this dude?
on the Mogwai.
He's writing down all that Wing knows.
However, I can finish later.
I'm so close to being paid off already, so...
That creature is the key to leading us to the untold treasure.
Untold treasure? Wait, us? I was serious about having my debt paid.
After all you've learned and seen about me during your employ, do you really think we could ever be even? That I would ever let you leave alive? You shall forever be my left hand. Useful, but not essential. Still, it is an honor and your best option.
No, my left hand. Because you're useless, but maybe not all that useless. Oh, you hear that?
The other Mogwai did this?
Oh, slimy, disgusting
What are those?
eggs that are pulsating with veiny looking. That is the
Wonder there's a
music.
rule against it.
Chinese black magic knows everything.
You ate my grandpa!
Well, actually, I swallowed your grandfather. Please respect semantics.
Gizmo stays with me because he is a living creature who's staying far away from you.
And only the purest of heart can be trusted to care for one.
When I ingest someone, I learn
Elle
everything
is-
they knew.
Oh,
For me.
God.
Deep down, your grandfather wasn't really sure you could do what he asked of you.
What is this monster doing to me?
Thank you. You have redeemed yourself fully. Cut his head off and get grandfather out of his belly. I'm not kidding. If I saw that craziness, I would cut that crazy bastard open and find the pearl with my grandfather. Hopefully he's still intact, maybe, possibly.
He killed my grandpa. You helped him capture my parents.
Look, I didn't know he was gonna do any of those things. I hear your home has tons of treasure.
It's called the Valley of
How do
Jade.
I know
Jade
you're not
is
gonna knock
very
me out first chance you
expensive.
get?
Like it or not, we are on the same side.
Yeah, deal.
I'm not done worrying, but deal.
Ooh, we got friends. We got friends. The baby is
And
hilarious.
I can get a message to your parents. Green's got your folks trapped in some magic nonsense.
See how everything is green? Riley Green. Oh my god, I thought he was levitating. I'm like, what is happening now? The baby can levitate?
I'm abandoning my 21-year plan to do what you both told me to do. I'm embarking on my new 2-month plan. Find the Valley of Jade and safely return Gizmo to his home,
So, where to?
the city of Fangdong.
Oh, Fang Dong. Keys. We got keys. Full of shenanigans. It's exactly what we need. Huh? Oh. Yeah, that dude ain't doing that stuff. We jumping. Oh, use the parasol. I'm surprised you even got up there. Look at
Gizmo?
Gizmo.
What happens to those Mogwai in the cocoons?
Riley's probably going to be able to control them. They're obviously of lower intelligence. That's a pudgy gremlin. All right, guys, that's it for Season 1, Episode 2, Gremlins, Secret of the Mogwai. I don't know what angle they took with the mystical shit going on here. I thought it was crazy enough that the dude's eyes glue at the end of Episode 1. Now, we start the episode off with Grandfather Wing, going like, yo, everybody sit tight. We have a crate full of evil Mogwais. I gotta get rid of this guy. He knew right away this dude was evil. He breaks out one of those little drummy things that Mr. Miyagi used. He does the drummy thing, and a beam of light shoots out, and Riley Green shoots light back at him, and he's green, and the old man is gold or yellow or whatever you want to call it. So here's my thing. They're saying there is great treasure in the Valley of Jade. If you get jade in large quantities especially, it is very expensive, very valuable. The fact that we have green gremlins and we have green smoke and green beams and green outfits and his name is literally green. I have to assume that is the treasure that he's looking for. But besides all that, he wins the battle between Grandfather Wing, turns him into a ball. Green literally said, I took you from your physical body and put you in this orb. He said it was pearl magic. The grandfather wasn't dead. He was speaking and we could see his face. And then Green dislodged his jaw and swallowed him whole. We have Elle go in. Elle's realizing in the beginning she ransacked the shop being a craphead and realized I've got on the wrong side of things. So now she's helping Sam Wing. We're going to Fangdong. We've got to figure out on this train how to get around all this. We saw in the next episode, there looked to be this gigantic gremlin fighting us on the train or something. I don't know if it was some other creature, but it looked like a massively large gremlin. Riley is able to control the gremlins. At least that's what I'm assuming. I don't know if he's going to talk to them and get in their good graces and be partners with them. I have to assume because of the mysticism of everything that he's going to mind control them or just know how to talk to them and have an army. And he literally showed in the next one how he's like, yeah, if I need more, all I got to do is just throw some water on him. I could build myself an unstoppable army of evil gremlins. The only thing is, all we saw was one so far. I mean, we saw more in the coming up next 2 episodes, which answered that question. There's going to be 2 episodes a week. That means it's going to be over in a month. From today, we're going to have 1 month. The one gremlin that just hatched did not look like your typical gremlin. Gremlins are typically lanky. That one was just a giant butterball of a gremlin. There did look like different variations of them, so maybe that was just like one specific type or something. Now that I saw them all again, I didn't know for sure in episode 1, but now that I saw them all again, we have almost exact duplicates of Lenny, Daffy, and George. The 4th one wasn't Mohawk, but he kind of looked like Mohawk without the Mohawk. I guess that was just a little nod to Gremlins 2, the new batch. But the fact that Gremlins 1 was sort of like a horror movie, but very well done, masterpiece of a movie, the obvious better of the two. Gremlins 2 was ridiculous, but I said it before, I think I like to rewatch that one more just because of the goofiness of it all. There was Clamp, and he had this giant skyscraper, and he was knocking Wing's building down and trying to take over, and that's how Gizmo got loose. You know, in a way, I guess, but Clamp was awesome. Clamp unintentionally was just naive to what was going on, and in the end, he actually came together with Billy and everybody and saved the day. The parents are imprisoned. We have these friends of Elle that helped us, this baby and these two other people. The baby is hilarious. But we got a letter to them. We told them what we're going to do. They're still imprisoned. It looked like in the next episode, this Riley guy is going to try to eat Gizmo as well. And we saw that when Elle went in the shop, he was still using the thoughts and information from Grandfather Wing and writing it down in a book. So Grandfather Wing is still alive in there. He was also doing impersonations. I can't imagine the grandfather's dead. That would be quite sinister for the beginning of episode 2 of this new show. I mean, that would have been really violent, but I'm not kidding. If I was in that shop and Elle knocked that dude out, I would have cut him open and looked for my grandfather's orb, the little pearl magic ball. But regardless, great show. I'm definitely going to jump in next week. 2 more episodes. I love where they're going with it, even though this is typically not what you'd expect from Gremlins. Who am I to say that mystical things didn't happen like 60 years ago prior to the Gremlins movie? You got to remember, even though it's all kind of ridiculous, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt because we were in, at the time, modern day America in the 80s. We just found this Mogwai from Wing's, what was it, grandson or nephew or whatever the heck it was, that little kid. It wasn't intentional. So maybe there is a lot more magical crap going on than meets the eye, and they're going to give us some origin story of it all. So you guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see these in full, unedited, as far ahead as humanly possible. Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Legend of Korra, Avatar. We're starting Always Sunny next week and finishing Barry and Ted Lasso's final seasons this week, Memorial Day weekend. In the description is a link for Patreon. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.